My name is Heath Taylor. I'm the National Strategic Account Manager for Metro, and I am the ESP Specialist this year. So what's my question again?
Okay.
I'm ready.
So I think the assessment, in my opinion, actually gives a couple of different things. Obviously, we're trying to put more product on the shelf, and I think everyone understands that part. But a lot of times what you find is if you'll ask the right questions to the employees, you'll find that you'll solve other problems.
And then what is this? Is this your office? What is this?
Now, one other thing that catches my eye, so what do you do with these?
So what is this area right here used for?
Yes.
But this would be called more full service. So you're actually putting everything on the tray for them.
Yes.
And then
The difference between Metro and other storage companies is I think Metro has a great program that they actually get people in to learn the customer, understand the customer, see what the problem is before they actually decide what product fits inside that. So that can get into process, it can get into flow, or it actually can just be about storing, a large capacity of things.
maybe combine these two. What if you take it out of the dish machine or out of the sink, and then where you're putting it to air dry may be the final home for it?
So some of the pitfalls that I see in this is just the actual shape of the building. This is a very old building, so obviously we have to work with what we have. So it's the flow doesn't work maybe as good as it should. But I think once we started asking the right questions and understanding what they need, I think we're going to make it the best that it can be.
Welcome to the kitchen. Harbor Creek Youth Services, winner of the 2021 Kitchen Storage Makeover from FES and Metro. So if you come on, let's get right into the kitchen and we'll get to it. We have a unique area here in the front of the kitchen when you walk in. It's very bizarre. This is where they keep their spices. They have their chemical storage below. Obviously they hold peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and pens, papers, napkins and such. So there's some productivity stuff we definitely have to do here. Right next to that is their baking section with their big mixers and stuff. It poses a lot of problems for them, so there's going to be something done here that's important. As you come into this room, there's going to be a big change in this room. This is right now it's their cold room. They have an air conditioner in here, making it as a walk-in to keep things just remotely cold. But this is going to be converted into a brand new install of a walk-in cooler. So a lot of interesting things and good things happening in here. We do have a lot of Metro Max Q shelving, which we're going to repurpose. It's good stuff. It lasts forever. Coming into the main kitchen, you have your reach-in refrigerators. Right now they have 3 of them. Once that walk-in cooler's done, they're going to be eliminating 2 of them, and they're only going to have 1 of them. That's going to give us more space for prep, more space for some of the baking functions, and it's going to give us a lot more flexibility in the solutions we can provide. Swing it on over into the main cook line of the kitchen, and as you can see, this big center area is where they do all of their prep. It's the busiest area in the kitchen, and it needs to be the most efficient. They have some old, antiquated tables. We're going to remove some of those, replace them with some more up-to-date elements that would make them more productive. As you can see behind me is their prep sink and their hand sink and their wash sink. This area is going to change quite a bit considering what comes next. What comes next is another remodeling point that they're going to have done before we come in to do the final. Right now they have a pot sink and pot storage to the left, and then to the right they have their dishwasher line where the dirty dishes come in, they go through the dishwasher and they pop out here. Now, the size of this is a little larger than they actually need. So they're going to convert this pot sink area into an office and move the pot sink out over to the left somehow. We have a couple of ideas and we'll leave that up to a surprise when that comes along. So that's going to change as well here. The last room, the second last room, is their dry storage. Here, dry storage is where the deliveries come in. Deliveries come in the back door, they get dropped right here. It's important to have a little bit of space here. They also stage barbecues and such for catering out on the grounds. So this area is their hub for doing that. So I see some catering solutions coming in here, a whole catering station that they might have. I see that happening as well. So let's move on to the last area, which would be the freezer. Let's come on this way. The freezer here is very old, very tight. You're going to have to get right in because there's a lot of cold air coming out of here. Hopefully we don't all fog up. Let's go in. Very small, very, very small. Hopefully you can see in here. Very dark. Obviously it's really dark. and all wood shelving, boxes piled everywhere. It's not a big space, but we can put a more efficient storage system in here to make things a little more accessible. Can't work magic in here. It's small, it's tight, and there's a lot of stuff, but we'll do our best. But that's about it with the kitchen. Check back later on and you'll hear from Heath, you'll hear from myself, you'll hear from the staff from the Harbor Creek, and I bet you can't wait to see what we're gonna do.